Okay. Now see, we are going to talk about floral families or floral formula today. Okay. Now see, in the angiosperms, okay, in the flowering plants, there are many different types of families there. Okay. It means that different plant species are separated amongst their families. Like how we belong to a family, same way, there are many plants that belong to one family, and if we take or talk about that particular family, then all the members have the same characteristics. Okay, like how if you live in your, like we live in our homes, like how what our parents taught, like if there are 3 to 4 siblings there, each and every sibling would have the same values that the parents taught, right? Same way here, whatever the characteristics are, it is same for all the species that are present in that particular family. Okay, now see, why do we need the floral formula? Why is it a need? So see, when we are talking about different kinds of families, we require the basic things that define that family. For example, whether the family is, actinomorphic or zygomorphic, whether all the plants are zygomorphic or whether they are actinomorphic, or there is no symmetry present at all. So we have to see everything. But before writing the floral formula, we must know the terminologies, isn't it? You can't write a formula. For example, if you're writing force is equal to pressure upon area, so you know P is for the pressure, A is for the area, right? When you write the formula. So you know the terminologies, then only you can write the formula. So let's talk about the terminologies here. Now let us read what is written here. It says that various morphological features are used to describe a flowering plant, isn't it? Can you tell me what kind of morphological features would we take into consideration in general?
Petals, leaves, sepals, and
Hmm.
the arrangement of androgen and gynoecium.
Correct. All those things we'll take into consideration. Why? Anything that is morphologically visible to us, right? Anything that is present, which we can see with our normal eyes. So those morphological features, whether it is the position of androecium, gynoecium, whether it is the, the number of petals, the position of the petals, the estivation, everything, that those are morphological features. So the description has to be brief. Obviously, examples or the formula, they are not very descriptive, isn't it? There is just one word things, isn't there? There is force, then there is unit area, right? These things, very limited language is there, so that we can quickly understand, right? So yeah, the description it has to be brief. And obviously, since we are denoting it now, this is a scientific denotation or denotion. Okay, it is the scientific way of denoting what the floral formula would be. Okay, so the plant is described beginning with its habit, its vegetative characters, which is the root, stem, and the leaves, how they are. And then finally, we'll move on to the floral characters. What parts are there, what kind of inflorescence is there, and everything. Okay. Now, obviously, if we are discussing about the formula, there has to be symbols. So, the floral formula is represented by some symbols. Without symbols, you can't form a formula, isn't it? So when we move forward, we'll see that the BR. Do you remember I told you something about bract?
Yeah.
What was bract? It's present in the plant. Obviously, it's present. It's not present in me. Bracts are tiny reduced leaf-like structures that were present at the base. Okay, so the flowers that would have the bract will be known as bracteate, and the symbol would be BR. So you start writing in your notebooks. Write down symbols for floral formula. Put the heading. Khudaija, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Put the heading as symbols for floral formula. Written. Now you write BR, capital B, small r, how it is written here, and then put a dash. and write bracteate. And in the bracket of bracteate, you write bracts present. Are you getting how I'm asking you to write it? Okay. Okay, and now in the next line, you write capital E and then BR. Capital E or capital B, small r. That is E bracteate, meaning the bracts are absent. Now under EBR, you write K and you write K is for calyx. Okay, K is for calyx. Then you write C, then you write C is for corolla. There is another term which is P, and P is for perianth. Okay, and this thing you have to remember. Okay, this thing you have to learn. So everything you have to learn only, but this thing you have to learn. Okay, so P is for perianth. Then you write A is for androecium. A is for androecium. And you write G is for gynoecium. Okay, now tell me one thing. Okay, are you done writing? Okay, now tell me, on the basis of superior and inferior, those types of ovaries were there, or the gynoecium were there? Do you remember the name of those gynoecium?
Hypogynous, perigynous, epigynous.
Okay. So when we were talking about the hypogynous, in that, what was the condition? Superior, inferior, half inferior?
Superior.
Superior. Okay. Now see, now you get it that G is for gynoecium. This thing is clear. Obviously, the name starts with G only. But when you're supposed to write whether it is a superior ovary or whether it is an inferior, so what you should do, I used to remember it like this back then when I was in class 11th. I used to say that G, or you can say janta. Okay, so janta ke upar is superior. Okay, the janta is above the bar, so it is superior ovary. And when janta is below the bar, it is inferior. Okay, this is one trick. I am saying if you do not remember, then you can use this, or else if you remember, then well and good. So below the gynoecium, you write G with a bar under it or underline the G, and this is for superior ovary. Whenever a family would have all the plants would have superior ovary, so the denotation is G, capital G, and underline it. Okay, and then when you write capital G and then overline it, then that is the denotation of inferior ovary. Okay, done. All right, now there is another thing wherein do you remember the symmetry which was radial symmetrical? What was the term for radial symmetry in plants? Correct. So when we are talking about the radial symmetry or actinomorphic, so the symbol for actinomorphic is this. Now can you tell me why? Why is this symbol used for actinomorphic?
Because you can, it's like a circle and you can
divide it from any plane passing through the central axis. That is the definition for radial symmetry, isn't it? All right. So that is for actinomorphic. Okay, this, whatever the sign, maybe a circle with a crisscross would be for actinomorphic. And now what was bilateral symmetry in plants called as? Zygomorphic. So for zygomorphic, you'll make a percentage. Okay, now you understand why we are making a percentage? Because one plane is dividing the body into two parts. Not many planes, there is one plane. Okay, so the percentage sign is for zygomorphic, and this plus sign under a circle is for actinomorphic. Here, written? Okay. Now, in general, when you want to denote male, you would do this. This is a symbol for male. You must have seen it outside the washrooms also. This symbol is used to denote the male, and this one is used to denote the female. Okay. Now, sometimes, okay, I don't know about you people, but I was very huge amount of silly when I was in class 11. Okay, I was huge amount of silly. So what I used to do, I used to always get confused in between these two symbols. Okay, the symbols for male and female. So what I used to think, I don't know how my mind worked at that time, but I used to think that, okay, this circle has an arrow above it. So it is sort of like a ponytail. So this is female. Okay, I thought this. So after a while, how I made myself learn that it is wrong. So I used to think then that this plus sign under the circle, which was used for female, it denotes a frock. So I thought, okay, the symbol wearing a frock is now a female, and the left one, the thing that is left is male. But I know you people are smarter than me. You will remember you don't have to need any trick. But if you do need a trick, always remember the one wearing a frock is the female. Okay, so that is the male and female. Okay, and then there are some plants that have both the male and female in one. So you would denote it as, first we'll make a female who is wearing a frock, and then we'll add the male part. So this is bisexual. Okay, this is bisexual, this is female, and this is male. Okay, did you people understood all the symbols?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. So these are the basic symbols that you need to know. Okay, another thing that you need to know is that after, see, is there any flower which has only one calyx or one corolla? Only one? Is there any flower like that? No, right? How can one flower have only one petal? Have you seen a flower with only one petal? No, right? So the petals are always in multiples. Either they are in multiples of 3, either they are in multiples of 4 or many. So what happens, and do you remember we studied that those petals may be stuck together like in valvate estivation. There may be different types of estivation also. So the petals or the sepals, they may be fused in 3 also. Remember what was the fused petal or sepal known as?
Polypetalous and poly.
Fused is poly.
No,
Gamo.
Yeah,
Gamo.
is gamo. Yes, gamo. Gamo is for fused, and poly, understand, like many and three. So poly is for that. So when you're writing, for example, there are 3 petals, meaning the plant is tetrameris. Okay, 3 petals, and all of them are fused. So for fuse, if you want to denote fuse in the floral formula, you would put it under the bracket. Okay, so 3, for example, if we are talking about the corolla, so if the corolla is present in the multiples of 3, meaning it is trimeris and it is fused. So I am drawing a bracket or bracket around it. So this denotes that the number of corolla is 3 or in the multiples of 3 and they are fused. The bracket denotes fused. And when there is no bracket present, it denotes free. Understood?
Yes.
Okay. Now, see. Let's move on. Okay. Now, see. Here it is also written in your NCERT that fusion is indicated by enclosing the figure within bracket and adhesion by a line drawn above the symbols of the floral part. So that is adhesion also, but I don't think we are going to study adhesion. Okay, yes. Adhesion. If do you remember I said that the male part, which is the androecium, it may be attached to the petals. Do you remember the term? When the androecium is attached on the petals. Don't look back. Okay, epi. Do you remember epi?
This.
Huh? Epigynous.
Epigynous.
Androecium, and you're saying epigynous. Teja, do you remember?
Epiphyllus. No?
Who said epiphyllis?
I said.
Epipetalus, do you remember?
Yeah.
Epi meaning on, petalus meaning the petal. So the androecium that is present on the petal or stuck on the petal is epipetalus. And when we want to denote that, see, right, the corolla, and the symbol for androecium is A. And when we want to show that the androecium is present on the petal, so we would make an arc like this. This arc, after you've written, where was the last thing? What was the last thing that you've written in your notebook?
Used. And
No bracket.
Okay, now you make an R in the symbol side. You make an R and put an is equal to and write adhesion. That it is adheres to it, meaning it is stuck onto it or sticking to the corolla, anything to anyone. So it is adhesion. Adhesion means sticking. Okay, and adhesion is denoted by an R.
Ma'am, is there no symbol for perigynous?
Perigynous, no. There is no such symbol. And the family which has the perigynous, they would just say that perigynous thing is there. Okay, but there is no such symbol for it. And even though it is inferior only, right? It is half inferior, but it is inferior only. So I think G, this thing will be used. Understand? Okay, now another thing which I had a doubt while I was silly certain years ago, that G, this, now I used to think that since G is above the line, it means that it is no, that's right, nothing, there is nothing. I was not silly. I used to think right away. Okay, see, whenever G is present on the line, it is superior. And whenever it is present under the line, it is inferior. Got it? Now, are all the symbols clear to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Okay. Okay, now let us talk about the family. Let us talk about the family which is Solanaceae. Okay, write down Solanaceae, and the nickname for this family is potato family. Okay, potato family. All our beloved vegetables belong to this family. So it is a very large family, and it is commonly known as potato family, and it is widely distributed in the tropics, subtropics, and even temperate zones. So it is found in most of the areas in the world, particularly in the tropical areas where there is very high rainfall, in the subtropical areas where there is minimal amount of rainfall, and then even in the temperate zones. Okay, now let us talk about the vegetative characters of this particular family, Solanaceae. Now see, like how it is there, Solanaceae, right? So this suffix, which is CEAE, okay, this suffix, which is CEAE, it is always used for family. Okay, whenever you see any word and it is, succeeded by CEA, CEAE, which is C, Solanaceae, Fabaceae, Liliaceae. So it is denoting, this word or this suffix denotes a family. Okay, it denotes a family. All right. So when we are talking about the vegetative characters, so the plants of this particular family, they are mostly herbs, meaning they are short-heighted. Okay. Some herbs are found. Then there are some shrubs that are found, and small trees are rarely found, meaning there are no large trees. Do you know where does potato grow?
Underground.
Yeah, underground. So it means, have you ever seen a potato tree?
No.
No.
Yeah, you're right. You haven't. There is no such thing. Okay, no potato tree is there. And where do tomatoes grow?
On like small plants, like
Small,
not that.
yeah. There are no huge potato plants, right? Have you seen a chili plant? Even the size of chili plant is medium. So what I mean to say is that in this particular family, the plants are mostly herbs, shrubs, and rarely small trees are found. No larger trees, they are not found at all. Okay. Now, let us talk about the stem. How the stem is. So the stem is herbaceous, rarely woody. Now, obviously, since there are no huge trees and even the smaller trees are rarely found, the trees have a very strong and thick trunk, isn't it? But when we are talking about the herbaceous plants or the shrubs, we'll see that those, they have very herbaceous stem. Herbaceous stems are easily to, they are easily breakable. Imagine a tomato plant. Isn't it easy to break the stem? Right, they're so fragile. It's not woody at all. So the stem is herbaceous and they are rarely woody and it is aerial. Now, what do you mean by aerial?
Water.
Hmm?
Water.
Water? There is the air in the name only. How can you say water? If you would have said air, I would have still given you benefit of the doubt. See, aerial is anything above the level of the ground. Okay, meaning not in the air. No, it is above the ground, meaning it's not under the ground. It is not present on the ground. It is present above the level of the ground. Okay, do you understand the meaning of erect?
Straight.
Straight, upright. Yes, very good. So the stem is first of all herbaceous, then it is aerial, it is erect, cylindrical, and it is branched. Sometimes hair or glabrous, they are present. Hairy stems are also there. And then there is underground stem also, such as in potato. And remember this scientific name also. Solanum tuberosum is the scientific name of potato. So solanum, now you understand where does this solanum comes from? Solanaceae, because the family is Solanaceae. So this genus name is derived from the family name. Understood? Now, stem, we have talked about stem now. Moving on to the leaves, how the leaves are. So the leaves are alternate. Now, can you remember what was alternate leaves?
Yeah.
Alternately arranged.
Alternately arranged. And do you
On the
remember?
opposite sides.
Yeah. No, not the opposite. Opposite was opposite one. Opposite was another. Okay, can you tell me this alternate or opposite? And the third one was?
World.
World. And these three are together, what are they? The alternate what?
Arrangement of leaves.
What is the arrangement of leaves called?
Phyllotaxy.
Phyllotaxy. Okay, so the leaves are alternate. They are simple. What is the meaning of simple?
Not compound, there's just single leaves.
Simple, not compound. Yes, you're right. They are not compound. Why? Because they are simple. But how are they simple? Tell me this. Look at the leaves, the diagram that is given below, and tell me how are they simple. Look at the leaf. Why are they simple?
They're normal.
The incisions don't reach till the main axis.
Yes, correct. As you can see here, none of the incisions or the serrations are reaching the midrib, isn't it? It is entire. So that is why it is simple. Now, they are rarely pinnately compound and they are exstipulate. Now, the meaning of exstipulate is that stipule is absent. Do you remember the friend stipule? Your imaginary friend stipule. So that is absent. Okay. And the venation is reticulate. Reticulate venation is the characteristic feature of
The
Say.
With the dicots.
Yes, reticulate venation is the characteristic feature of dicots. Okay, so that is the vegetative character. We have discussed stem, we have discussed the leaves. Have you understood this?
Yes.
Are you writing it down? Shall I wait?
it's so hard.
It is a little hard, but if you read it 5 times, it will become easy. So you know the
Hard to
homework.
remember everything.
No, you'll remember it. Once you've read the chapter 5 times, you can teach me. Okay, so one day we'll keep a class wherein you people will teach.
I don't like this chapter.
You don't like this chapter? Wait for anatomy.
Anatomy is so
chapter is-
bad.
Anatomy is the worst. This is
Our teacher
good.
just finished it. It is literally so confusing.
Yeah, it is a bit confusing, but don't worry. I teach it so well, you'll find it like a desert. I hope this is also a desert. Is it a desert? Or a desert? The Sahara?
Actually, this chapter, like, your notes are helpful for this chapter.
Okay, so you're finding this difficult. NCERT
No,
language.
not this. No. I'm saying before, like, all the terms and stuff.
Yeah.
What we did before, that was very helpful for me to, like, revise. Because
Okay. See, I have also prepared one chart for you. Okay. So after this thing, now this particular thing is actually difficult part of this chapter, to remember each and every particularity about each and every family, and there are like 5 families given here.
yeah.
Okay, but what can we do?
It's okay. It's just 5.
Yeah, it's just there are only 5 families, and once you, to be very honest, once you read it 5 times, you will find it easy. Okay.
Yes.
So since it is the first time you're paying attention to it, isn't it? You've not paid attention before, na? In this particular part. I don't think you have, because even I haven't had that time when I was silly.
I don't even remember.
Okay. So stem and leaves are clear. So these are only terms that I can explain. You have to mug it up, right? There is nothing that I can do so that you will remember. But I hope you'll not forget the symbols. Right? Symbols,
Yeah,
you've
we
understood,
won't.
right?
Yeah.
These things, whether they are aerial, whether they are cylindrical, everything, these things you have to mug it up only. See, when you will move on to the higher classes, like for example, I did my bachelor's from botany only. Okay, so in that we had economic botany, a subject, a whole unit, a whole paper, wherein we have to remember all these things only. Okay, how it looked like, what color, how it changed from this color to this color. So it was very tedious. I understand what you're going through, but if you read it 5 times, it will be good. There is no choice only. You have to study this if it's there in the syllabus. All right. Now we'll come to more interesting thing, which is the floral characters. That was the vegetative characters. Understood? And now we'll come to the floral characters. Now this is what we can see. You are not going to go to a potato plant and dig a hole in the ground and take the root out or take the stem out, right? We'll see the outer part first. So when we are talking about the floral characters, so let's talk about the inflorescence. Now, inflorescence is the arrangement of flowers. Okay, wait just a second. My battery is going to run out. Just give me a second. Just a second. Okay. Yes. So inflorescence. Inflorescence is the arrangement of flowers on the floral axis. See, okay, no, I didn't ask you to revise this before this class. Did you people get my message in the group? Are you people there? Do you people have phones? None of you have phones?
I don't.
Oh, okay. Listen, girls, at least have the courtesy to at least say Walaikum Assalam, ma'am. I have seen your message. Because
You
I
texted it. My mom has the number.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anyway, so if you haven't seen the message,
What
none of you
message?
have. Khudaija, have you seen the message?
Yes, ma'am.
See, she has seen the message. What was the message, Khudaija?
To revise chapter.
Yes, I asked you people to revise the basis of classification because today I have created very incomplete notes and you will have to complete it. Okay, so that is why I messaged in the group that revise that the basis of classification. Now you haven't. Khudaija, have you revised?
Actually, ma'am, I saw it late. So
Nobody has revised. How will I teach? People put efforts. Okay, anyway, we'll see that. Okay. I hope that you remember what I've taught in the last class.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, then we'll go on from there. So see, I am just, briefly explaining everything that is there in the book. This you have to learn. Okay, you have to write it many times and then learn. But usually what happens is that, no, they ask you, this thing is asked in the questions also. There is no other chance, you have to learn this only. I'll explain everything what is written. So
This will come in
inshallah,
5 marks.
it can. And it is like something, for example, if the flowers are bisexual and if by mistake you write they are unisexual, then you'll like get 0 marks on that. Okay, that will be wrong. It will make the wrong because why? Because the flowers can't be unisexual in this family. It means your whole assumption about the family is wrong. Okay, so when you're like having the time for self-study, write this down. Okay, first of all,
How will
read.
they ask the questions? Like,
See, they will ask first, they'll ask, write the vegetative characteristics and the floral characteristics of the family Solanaceae. Also,
Oh,
write the floral formula of the family. So now see, you have to write everything.
oh my god.
copy paste. Learn it and then just
Yes.
say
Oh, I
that.
thought you cheat. She's saying
No.
copy paste. I'm like, oh, she'll... yeah, right. Copy paste from here. Right. So see, and another way they ask the question is they'll give you the floral formula, okay, and then they'll say which family does this floral formula belongs to. Also, write the economic importance of that family. These are the 2 types of questions that will come from this particular thing, and I am the one who will be giving that question. Yes, because this actually comes in like board exam also. It may come. Okay, so that is why we have to pay attention for this also. And this comes in the NEET. How many of you are planning to give NEET?
I think
Huh?
my mom wants me to.
Your mom wants you to. Everybody's mom wants that too.
I won't even try.
You won't even try.
Because NEET is just too much.
It's very competitive.
It is, indeed it is, but it is so rewarding. Like one day, if I'll meet you ever, I'll be like, oh, Dr. Khadija, Dr. Mariam, Dr. Khudaija. Wow, I'd be so proud. Huh? And see,
I may write SAT exam.
okay, SCTs. Okay, so now see, the thing is that since I am teaching you the biology, I am basically what I'm trying to do is everything that is given in your book, I'm trying to gholo it and then I'm trying to feed it to you. Drink it. And do you know that 360 marks are from bio in NEET? 360 upon 720 is for biology, the weightage. Both 11th and 12th combined, 360 marks out of 720, just imagine. So I am giving you 360 marks. Rest, physics, chemistry, you have to do. Physics, chemistry, each are like 180 marks, okay?
That's good.
For physics. Anyway, all right, let's talk about 11th exam only, right? So, talking about the inflorescence. So, the inflorescence may be solitary, wherein the floral axis has one flower and ends there, then it can be axillary. Axillary meaning present at the axil, meaning present near the axillary part, right? Then it may be cymose, as in solanum. Now this solanum is a genus. Okay, it is a genus. It is not talking about just one. Like how I said Solanum tuberosum was potato. Then Solanum melongena is brinjal. Same way, the species will change, but the genus is Solanum, which is, it belongs to the family Solanaceae. Understood? So that
This
is why
cymose,
cymose is a type of inflorescence.
Oh.
See, you people, yes. Do you remember the two diagrams? I even showed you the diagrams, girls.
I remember.
Cymose is
Yeah,
a type.
I
What was
remember.
the other type of inflorescence without looking at your books?
racemose.
Racemes. All right. Now the flowers, they are bisexual and they are actinomorphic. Actinomorphic meaning radially symmetrical. Bisexual meaning
Both androgen and dimethyl are present.
yes. And then we'll talk about the calyx. So the calyx, the number of sepals, 5. 5 sepals are there. Then they are united. The united means they are fused. So they are gamosepalous, correct. Now they are persistent. Now many a times what happens is that the calyx, they fall off. Okay, but here they have written they are persistent, meaning the calyx or the sepals, they remain. Okay, and the estivation is valvate estivation. Understood? It is valvate estivation. Now corolla. Corolla, the petals, the number of petals is also 5. The petals are united, meaning gamopetalous, and the valvate estivation is for the petals. So the estivation, what is the meaning of estivation?
The arrangement.
Arrangement of petals and sepals in a flower.
Yes, correct. How they are arranged, so that is estivation. So do you remember valvate estivation?
Yeah, the first one.
Yes, the first one wherein there was no overlapping.
Yeah.
And all the ends were joined, sort of, right? It was touching each other. So that was valvate estivation. Then the androecium or the stamens, which are the unit of androecium. So they are 5 in number and they are epipetalous, meaning they are present on the petal. So now you understand the number. Now this family is the easiest of all. Okay. Solanaceae is the easiest of all. Now I'll tell you why, because they are in the multiples of 5 only. 5, 5, 5. Easy to remember. Now, see, there is another trick. If you'll see a floral formula that has 3 5s in it, that is for Solanaceae. So that is why it is easy. Now, see, the gynoecium, they are bicarpellary and they are obliquely placed, meaning they are sideways in their placement. They are syncarpous, meaning the pistils or the carpels are fused. The ovary is superior. And what is the symbol for superior ovary?
Yeah, like that.
And the placenta is swollen with many ovules. Many ovules are there and the placentation is axile. Okay. The fruits are berry or capsule. Now see, for this class, I'll deal with one family because the faces you people are making.
It's so hard to understand the words.
Yes, that I'll only no, it's not hard to understand the word. You are having difficulty. Why? Because you have not revised the previous lecture. Okay, if you would have revised it, then you would know all the terms that are written, isn't it? That is why the terminologies and the meaning, you have to, revise it before you are doing this. Understood? Now, the fruits are berry or they are capsule. These, see, there are certain types of fruit. Do you remember what type of fruit mango is? Mango is a, see, now, okay, I'll finish this and then in the next class, I'm not going to send the message. I'll tell it here only that all of you have to read the characteristics or the morphological features. Okay, everything, the floral, the estivation, the placentation, phyllotaxy, every terminology there is for a plant, and then you'll find it like a piece of cake. All this, because that is only being used. I have taught you cymose, racemose. They are saying it is cymose, so you should know what cymose is, right? I have taught you epipetalous, meaning the androecium is present on the petal. So see, they are using epipetalous here. Understood? Mango is a drupe, by the way, and drupe is a kind of fruit. Now, if you want me to, make you understand the types of fruits in depth, tell me. I'll understand it
I
later on.
remember drupe is also coconut, right?
Yes.
And
Yes. So drupe is a type of fruit. Okay, it is a type. And berry and capsule is also a type. Understood? So the fruits may be berry or they may be capsule, meaning the tomato, the potato, they may be a berry or a capsule. Don't recognize this berry as blueberry. Okay, berry
What
here
is-
is a type of fruit. Yes,
What is capsule?
capsule is also a type of fruit. Okay, berry, capsule, drupe, they all are like types of fruits. If you want to understand it better, then say I'll teach this in the next class, fruits properly. Okay, and this thing is of class 12th, I think. But like when you are preparing for NEET also, like when people prepare for NEET, they are taught fruits in depth also. Okay, so if you want to learn what types of fruits are there, I'll teach you. And if you don't, so just mug it up that fruits in the Solanaceae family are berry or they are capsule. Understand? Now seeds, there are many seeds and they are endospermous, meaning the endosperm present in that seed is retained. Now see, what I don't like about the syllabus distribution of CBSE is that they have written endospermous seed here, but they have explained this endosperm in class 12. Because I am teaching class 12th also, now I am teaching endosperm to them. I haven't taught it to you, right?
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And they have written endospermous here. Obviously, the child will get confused only. Anyway,
I
so
think they
seeds
do it on purpose.
to torture us.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay, so the seeds are many and they are endospermous. Now let us look at the floral formula. Okay, now you will explain me the floral formula. What is happening? Can you see? Can you see?
Now.
Yeah.
Okay, now explain to me the first symbol.
Actinomorphic.
Yes, actinomorphic. Okay, Khadija, explain to me the second symbol.
Bisexual.
Bisexual. Okay. Khudaija, explain to me the third symbol. What does this denote? K denotes? Khudaija, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Tell me, K denotes what? Do you remember sepals? K denotes sepals. Okay. K is for sepals. Okay. What does C denote? Khudaija, what does C denote? C denotes corolla. Okay, corolla. And A and G, everybody knows as the name is there, androecium and gynoecium. Okay, now let's move on to the K, which was the calyx. Now, they have written that the calyx is 5 in number. So we have written 5 here. And then the calyx are fused. They are gamocephalous. So that is why the bracket is there. Isn't this bracket also known as parenthesis? I think so. It is named as parenthesis. And then there is corolla, meaning the number of petals were 5 again, and those petals were fused, meaning they were gamopetalous. So that is why there is a bracket here. And the androecium were 5 in number, but they were not fused, right? They didn't say that it was fused, but they did say that it was epipetalous. So this arc is showing that it is epipetalous, meaning it is present on the petal. Then they are saying the gynoecium was bicarpellary. The name suggests bicarpellary. What does the name suggest? That it is? What is the meaning of bicarpellary? Break down the word and tell me.
Two
Bi means
carpels.
Yes, bi means two and carpellary means containing two carpels. Right. So that is why we've written two here, and they are fused, means they are syncarpous. That is why there is a bracket there, and it is a superior ovary. So a line is under the G. Okay. So with this we can tell. Now, if I'll give you only this particular formula and I'll ask you to write about the family, what will you say? That the Solanaceae family is actinomorphic, it is bisexual, the number of calyx is 5 and it is fused. Then the corolla
Corolla is 5 and that's also fused. And the androecium, the number of androecium is 5 and it is epipetalous.
is it fused or not?
It is not.
No, it
Okay.
is not.
And what about the gynoecium?
It is superior and it is bicarpellary.
And syncarpous. Yes. And what was the opposite of syncarpous? I almost said the answer. What is the opposite of syncarpous?
unsyncarpous.
Unsyncarpous.
Poly.
Camo.
Apocarpous. See, this is what you have to learn. Okay, there is no trick here. Okay, apocarpous is the opposite of syncarpous. Okay, but here the gynoecium is syncarpous, isn't it? Why? Because there is a bracket present. So it is syncarpous. Okay, so now with this you can explain a lot about the family, isn't it? So now you can write the floral formula of Solanaceae on your own. Okay. Now let us talk about the economic importance. Now see, us humans are so selfish, we can exploit anything and everything. And especially when it comes to plants, we have used plants in so many ways. It is impossible to, even record it. So why it is known as economic importance? Because with the usage of the members of the family Solanaceae, we can generate money. That is why. So many plants belonging to this family, they are source of food, isn't it? Tomato we eat, brinjal we eat, potato we eat, spices like chili, that is also used in our preparation of the food. Then there are so many medicinal plants of Solanaceae also, like belladonna and ashwagandha. Both of these are medicinal plants. Then there is fumigatory, something that is burned, like how tobacco people smoke tobacco, right? So tobacco, anything that is smoked, it is known as fumigatory. Okay, so tobacco is one such example. And then there are ornamentals that are used for, decoration. Those plants like petunia. So these are ornamental. Okay, now how can you remember which plant belongs to the family Solanaceae? So I'll tell you one very silly trick, like how I always tell you stupid tricks. So what I used to do when I was in class 11th, I used to think, do you know like aloo tomato ki sabzi? Your mothers may make it, right? Aloo tomato ki sabzi. Like aloo baigan ki sabzi. Chalo, aloo baigan ki sabzi have you had? Have you had it, Khudaja?
No, ma'am.
No.
Oh, I don't like it.
No, you don't like it, but it is, it is prepared at home. Your parents must eat it, right? Anyway, so see, for now you people don't eat it, how will I explain? Just learn it, okay? Just learn it that tomato, brinjal, potato are the source of food in this family. chili is the spice. Medicinal plants are belladonna and ashwagandha. Then fumigatory, something that is smoked, is tobacco. And then there are ornamental plants which are used for decoration. They are petunia. Understood? So that was all about the family Solanaceae. They have given only one family in the book. Check your book.
There are more. There are more than my book, I think.
There are more, right? Because there has to be. How does my book has this PDF has only one thing? Let me check my book.
Wait, I only have 2.
How many families do you people have in your book? Tell me.
I only have 2.
I have 3.
You have 3. Okay, so you have Fabaceae, you have Solanaceae, Liliaceae. Okay. And what about you, Mariam?
Oh, yeah, I have 3 too.
Everybody has 3, right? So yeah, I got scared. I was like, only Solanaceae?
You said
Yeah.
5.
Sir, yeah.
There are in total 4 families. And now see why again NCERT is such a cunning book. Now this PDF is wrong, obviously, because there are 2 more families that are supposed to be there. But apart from this, now look at their chalaki. Do you see a floral formula here under the diagram? This one.
It's not Solanaceae.
It is not Solanaceae, it is not Fabaceae, and it is not Liliaceae. It is another family. It is Brassicaceae.
They didn't write about it?
Yeah, they didn't write about it. And see, they have written about it here. Somewhere in the text here. Yeah, see. Figure 5.16 represents the mustard plant family Brassicaceae.
And then
How
they will
funny.
ask the question from here only.
Yeah. See, so I'll teach you about Brassicaceae also. So in total, I'll teach you 4 families. So for now, the Solanaceae family is done. Oh, I have completely utilized today's time for this particular topic. I would have gone so far in animal kingdom. Anyway, so Solanaceae is clear to you? You understand the terminologies and the symbols, the meaning of the symbols? Okay,
Yes.
now see, the next class, you will read the whole NCERT, this morphology, the terms, the phyllotaxy, estivation, placentation, venation, everything. Okay, so that on the next, like in the next class, I don't have to teach you. I'll just move on to the next family and you have to understand everything. Now, as far as about the families goes, you have to remember each and every word only. And it is not like for example, if you're talking about the stem and you have, forgotten to write erect, it's fine. Your marks won't be deducted on that. But you have to give a basic knowledge about how the stem is. Understood? Okay. And one trick is that whichever floral formula has the maximum number of 5 in it, that is Solanaceae. If you have to recognize from the floral formula. Understood? So that is all about Solanaceae. Remember the economic importance of all the families. Okay. That is also very important. Everything is important. But the economic importance, it is also asked many a time. Understood? And then in the next class, we'll start with another family before starting on with animal kingdom. Now let me share my screen to start the 3rd phylum.
I want to get the highest marks in bio.
You want to get the highest marks in?
Bio.
In bio. Even I want you to get, and it is possible. It is not that it is not
because
possible.
I only have hope for bio now after seeing physics and chemistry.
See, bio, if you have hopes for bio is going to be there for you for the rest of your life. Okay. If you have given all your heart and soul to bio, like how I have. Okay. So if you do that, bio is going to be there. I have, the things that I studied in 11th and 12th have helped me so much in later on years also. Because this NCERT, even though it is cunning, as we said, it is difficult to understand. The language is not easy, but the text that is there, it is more than enough for the basic knowledge. Okay. So today we are going to start with a new phylum. Okay, phylum, the first two phylums were clear to you?
Yes.
Okay, were there any doubts?
No.
And since you people didn't see the message, you must have not revised it also. Hmm?
We'll remember because it was just 2 days ago.
So today I will be telling you about the phylum Ctenophora. Okay, Ctenophora. Okay, now the phylum Ctenophora is, they are commonly the members of this particular phylum. They are commonly known as sea walnuts and or comb jellies. Okay, sea walnuts. Now why? Because their structure is sort of like a walnut structure. Okay, walnut-like structure. And the comb jelly is because they have a certain thing which I will tell you later on. The comb word is for that only. Have you seen a comb? Yeah, so remember the comb, then we'll talk about it later. So when we'll talk about the phylum Ctenophora, they are exclusively marine, meaning no freshwater form. Thanks to Allah, there is no exception here. Everybody is marine. Okay, exclusively marine. The body symmetry is radially symmetrical. They are radially symmetrical. They are diploblastic. The meaning of diploblastic is?
2 layers up and
The layers.
2 layers are there.
The layers. Two layers are present, the ectoderm and the endoderm. But don't
diploblastic
ever-
was only cylindrids.
diploblastic, no, even this was diploblastic. Ctenophora is also diploblastic because it is a lower organism. Only two germ layers are there. The
I
ectoderm and
didn't
the
write in my notes. I only wrote cylindrids.
You only write cylindrid. Okay, fine. You mentioned phylum Ctenophora as diploblastic also. Okay. Now see, since they are diploblastic, they have only two germ layers or the embryonic layers, the ectoderm and the endoderm. Understood? And they have a tissue level of organization, just like how Coelenterata had. Tissue level of organization is there. Now see, the reason why they are known as comb jellies is because they have, it is a very stupid reason, they have the presence of 8 external rows of ciliated comb plates on the body. Okay, their body has comb. Not actually the combs that we use, but the cilia, they are arranged in certain way that it sort of looks like a comb.
It's in the textbook, I think.
Yeah, look at it. See the green things that you see, those are the cilia. And they are like ciliated comb plates, 8 external. This is their characteristic feature. Okay, whenever you'd see a body of a Ctenophora, which I'm sure you'd never see, is that whenever, if you do find it, maybe it is there in your place. So if you do find it in the marine area, pick it up. Don't pick it up. Don't pick it up. It will literally like sting you or something. Don't pick it up. You won't even find it anyway. So you'll find 8 external rows on the body. Okay, and those external rows are ciliated comb plates. Okay, and it is present on the body, and it is the characteristic feature of this phylum. Okay, and what is the reason of that? Like, why is a ciliated comb plate present? It helps in the locomotion. Okay, it helps in the locomotion. It helps the Ctenophora members to move. Okay, so the digestion in this phylum is extracellular. What is the meaning of extracellular?
Outside.
So what is the digestion is happening outside the cell, right? And it is also intracellular. Both the situations are found. Okay, extracellular digestion is also there, and within the cell digestion is also there, meaning intracellular digestion. Understood? Now, there is one property which makes this phylum very unique. Okay, and that property is the property of bioluminescence. Bioluminescence. This means when a living body is able to emit light, meaning it glows. Okay, So that property to emit light is known as bioluminescence. Luminescence is obviously luminant, you understand? Illuminating, right? Yeah. And bio means living. So a living being that, illuminates light is the phenomenon is bioluminescence. And it is exhibited by only ctenophore. Okay, the members of the phylum Ctenophora. Understood?
Yes.
Let's talk about the sexes. So the sexes are not separate, meaning they are hermaphrodite. One body contains both the male and the female part. The reproduction is only sexual. Okay, now again, I don't understand this thing yet. Even now, I don't understand, like, okay, one body has both. How is the sexual reproduction going to take? Maybe there would be, some sort of passage or connective way wherein the male gametes would be transferred to the female. Maybe there may be, maybe not, who knows. But the reproduction is only sexual. There is no means of asexual reproduction present. Understood? All right, moving forward. Now, since sexual reproduction is taking place, mostly sexual reproduction is accompanied by internal fertilization. But here, the fertilization is external, meaning it takes place in the water. So just imagine the reproduction is sexual. Oh, see, now I understand. Okay, I understand that both the male and the female parts are present in one individual, and the fertilization is external, meaning both of the gametes are being released in the water only. And then they are getting fused. That is why the fertilization is external and the reproduction, since gametes are involved, so it is sexual. Understood? And the development is indirect. Now, what is the meaning of indirect development?
They won't look like the parents. Why?
This is not like the right definition. There is one word which you have to use in the indirect development. What is that one structure present in the indirect development? A larval stage is there, right between the egg and the adult stage, the larval stages. Okay, it does not directly develop into an older one. It goes through a different stage that does not resemble the parent. Okay, always remember butterfly for indirect development, even though it is not the member of Ctenophora. Do not dubao my name. No. Anyway, for indirect development, you have to remember like how in butterfly it goes through stages in life, right? Same way. So the fertilization is external and there is indirect development. Now, there is a special sense organ present, okay, which is known as statocyst. Now again, see a contradiction. I told you that they are tissue level of organization. Where is the organ coming from? Where is it coming from?
Signs of exceptions.
Yeah, signs of exceptions, right? So there is a special sense organ present, which is known as statocyst. Okay, now it is present at the arboreal part, meaning opposite end from the mouth. Since it is a ball, just imagine if the mouth is on this part of the ball, then that statocyst would be present opposite, meaning the underside. Meaning anywhere the mouth is, the special sense organ, which is the statocyst, would be present in the opposite side of it.
Here.
Opposite side of the mouth.
If the mouth is here, then here.
Yes. So that the situation wherein that place which is opposite side of the mouth, scientifically it is known as aboral. Oral, aboral. Understand? So a special sense organ is there. It is statocyst. Understood? It is statocyst. Now, what are the members? Oh, now this is the very sweetest phylum because it is very tiny. It is very short. That is all you have to know about it. Now let's talk about the members of the Ctenophora. So Pleurobrachia is the first member. Pleurobrachia. Then there is Ctenoplana. Then there is Cestum. There are even more members also. If you want to remember, you can remember Barrow.
No, we don't know.
Okay, these three, but you have to remember they are there in the NCERT. Okay, so Pleurobrachia is there, there is Ctenoplana, and then there is Cyst. So that is all about the phylum Ctenophora. Understood?
This was a cute one. I like it.
Yes, it is a cute one. It is very tiny, very cute, has very special things in it, and they are commonly known as
E-walnuts.
comb
jellies.
jellies. Okay. All right. So now we'll be talking about platyhelminth. Okay. So the phylum Platyhelminthes, it consists of all the flatworms. Okay, the common name or the nickname of Platyhelminthes is flatworms. Okay, now why they are known as flatworms? Because all the members of this particular family, their bodies are dorso-ventrally flattened. Dorso means the back side, ventral means the front side, meaning it is oppressed like that. It is
From both
flattened
sides.
body, okay? From both the sides, meaning from the back side also, from the front side also. So that is why the name flatworm has been given. Why? Because their body is dorso-ventrally. See, these are the keywords. Okay, dorso-ventrally. Remember these things. You shouldn't write that the body is flattened from both sides. No. What sides? Dorsal and ventral side. You can write as their bodies are flattened from the dorsal and ventral side, or you can write dorso-ventrally
I
flattened.
like this word.
Dorso-ventrally?
Yeah.
Okay. So you remember this chapter, dorso-ventrally, okay? And don't make it flattened. But the bodies of the flatworms are flattened dorso-ventrally. Now, majority of them are endoparasites, meaning they are parasitic inside the body of the host, and they are found in animals and even human beings. They are parasitic to human beings also. Okay. Now, let us talk about the symmetry. Now, this is why I asked you people to revise the chapter, because do you remember there was a chart given wherein everything about the phylum was there? Now, don't turn to that page. Do you remember what was the body symmetry of Platyhelminthes? Try to answer it on your own. Maybe you'll remember it
Is
forever.
it bilateral?
We are, yes, very good. Who said? Who said it? Yeah, it is right. Symmetry is bilateral. Okay. Now, on the basis of germ layers, do you remember how many germ layers were present in the Platyhelminthes? Germ layers. Was it ectoderm, or like was it diplo
So
or
endomeso. It's
triploplasm?
triple plastic.
Right, it is right. Meaning 3 layers are there. Now see, the organism is evolving now. Okay, now 3 germ layers are there. Mesoderm is formed, right? Triploblastic. Now, on the basis of coelom, now tell me whether the Platyhelminthes were acoelomate, pseudocoelomate, coelomate.
Acylate.
Okay, now tell me one answer. Coelomate or acoelomate? And why? Tell me why.
Acylate, because the coelom is absent.
So your answer is acoelomate. Okay, Khadija, what is your answer? And Khudeja? What is your answer, Khudeja? Khudeja, you there? All right, you people are right. Yes, it is acoelomate, meaning coelom is absent. Okay, so it is acoelomate. Now, the level of organization. What is the level of organization?
Organ system.
Okay, organ system. Khadija, what is your answer? Is it organ system in your answer too?
Yeah.
So I would like to tell you people that you both are wrong. Organ system starts from Estelmenthis. Okay, it has only organ level of organization. Okay, organ level. Understood?
Oh.
So these, see, if you remember those basis of organizations pretty well, then these terms would be easier, right? For each and every phylum that you can write. Okay, now, since they now understand this thing about endoparasites. See, endoparasites, they have, very basic and very simple body organization of their own. Okay, now why is that? Because they have to compromise some parts of their own body so that they can become a parasite. Okay, so now since their plan is to derive nutrition from the host, right? The host is doing all the hard work and it is just deriving the nutrition. So it does not have the perfect digestive system. Why? Because it is getting the digested product only from the host, right? Also, it has some morphological features or parasitic, adaptations. So the members of Platyhelminthes, they have a parasitic adaptation of hooks and suckers. Okay, now why hooks and suckers? So hook-like structures are present in their body so that they can get attached to the host body. Okay, hooks are present. Right, then there are suckers present. Now since they do not have to make their food or even derive nutrition in some sort of way, what they have suckers so that they can suck the nutrition from the host body. So the presence of hooks and suckers are the parasitic characteristics that Platyhelminthes have. Okay, hooks and suckers. Now they are present since okay, also like how in our body there is a certain pathway for digestion, there is a certain pathway of absorbing the digested products, right? We first digest it and then we absorb the nutrients. But this particular all the members of Platyhelminthes, they are getting the nutrition from the host body only, right? They don't have to work hard at all. So what they do is that they absorb the nutrition from the host's body through their body surface only. They don't even use their mouth. They don't have a mouth like that, but they use their whole body to derive nutrition, particularly exploiting the host at all costs. So they have hooks and suckers present. Okay, then their whole body surface is used for the absorption of nutrients. Clear? Now, see, osmoregulation and excretion takes place through specialized cells known as flame cells. Flame cells are the types of cells which help the Platyhelminthes to excrete the waste product and also to osmoregulate. Now, do you know the meaning of osmoregulation?
It's related to water. Regulate the water.
Yeah, you're right in one way, but basically osmoregulation is all sorts of fluid and electrolyte regulation. Okay, so in osmoregulation, fluid and electrolytes, they are regulated. So they are regulated with the help of flame cells. Okay, and these flame cells also help in excretion of, right? All the excreted or the waste products are, they move out of the body with the help of flame cells. Okay. All right. The sexes are not separate, meaning they are hermaphrodites. Okay, they are hermaphrodites. The fertilization is internal in them. Okay, now here the fertilization is internal and their development is also indirect, meaning they have many larval stages. Okay, the fertilization is indirect, meaning they have many larval stages. So is this phylum clear to you? Everything about this is clear? Any doubts? Okay.
This was also small.
Yeah, this is also this is also small. But is this is actually not that small if I teach you in depth. It has a lot of things you need to know, but they have concised it So be it. Is there any doubt in this particular thing? No, right? And if you'd ask me why they are acelomate, it is because, you know, they are kept in that. And what is the trick to learn? It is just to mug it up, right? There are certain phylums that are, you know, like from Escalmenthes to chordates, all of them are coelomate, meaning true coelom is present in them. But here there is no such coelom present, so they are acelom. Okay. Now let us look at the.
Can you explain osmoregulation again?
See, the term osmoregulation is basically fluid and electrolytes balance or regulation. Okay, balance or regulation that is done inside the body. Okay, in us humans also, have you heard about like when a person gets a lot of like vomiting issues or diarrhea, that person is, you know, asked or advised to take ORS, which is oral rehydration, right?
Yeah.
That oral rehydration solution, it helps our ions to stabilize. Since when a person vomits or, you know, has diarrhea, a lot of fluid is lost from the body and a lot of ions. Now, ions are very important, particularly potassium and calcium and sulfur. All these ions are very important in our body. They regulate the homeostasis of the body. Same way, in these, they don't have diarrhea or vomiting, but in general, the fluid regulation in their body is done by flame cells. So osmoregulation is basically fluid and electrolytes regulation, meaning how it is transported to different cells. Understood?
Yes.
And what is the level of organization here?
Organ system.
Organ, only organ, no system, only organ level of organization. Okay. Now, let us look at the members of the platyhelminthes. So the first member is Taenia. Taenia, and it is known as tapeworm. Okay, you might have heard Taenia solium. Have you heard Taenia solium? No. See, it is a tapeworm. Can I gross you out a bit? I'll gross you out a tiny bit. Okay. Even if you say no, I'll gross you out. See, the Taenia or the tapeworm, they are, you know, they are known as the beef tapeworm and the pork tapeworm. Okay. Now, how? What happens is that whenever a person eats uncooked meat, okay, when the meat is not properly cooked, so the eggs of this particular tapeworm is present in that meat. Now, how is it present? Let us take the example of pork. Okay, everybody knows where porks come from.
Yeah.
Pigs, right? Everybody knows what pigs eat. No, nobody knows what pigs eat.
No.
Khudaija, do you know what pigs eat?
Mud.
Pigs
Definitely
basically
not grass, not grass.
No, they don't eat grass, nor do they eat mud. They live in mud, but they don't eat mud. What they eat is the excreta, the waste products from animals. Okay. This is one of the reasons why it is, you know, haram for us. But okay, the point is not that they eat excreta. The point is that in the excreta, the eggs of the Taenia is there. Okay, the Taenia eggs are present in the excreta of an infected person or an infected animal. Okay, now what happens is that when the pig eats it, it is transferred into its body and the egg hatches in the body of the pig and it lives in the muscles of the pig. Okay, and when people who consume pork eat uncooked pork, meaning badly cooked or it is not properly cooked at a certain temperature, those eggs are not killed and then they enter in the body of humans. And then they infect humans and those eggs or the Taenia, which are not dead, they grow inside the body of humans and they start eating our intestines from the inside because they are parasitic. Right, they are parasitic. I was I was thinking of making this class very, graphic and putting the videos also, but I thought
No,
there's no point in doing that. But the tapeworm is usually, it affects the, like there is beef tapeworm, which is Taenia saginata, and then there is pork tapeworm, which is
Chicken.
Taenia solium. No, chicken.
I love chicken.
No chicken. That is for pork basically. Okay, and uncooked beef also. Understood? Okay. Now, moving on to another member of this particular phylum is Fasciola. Now, this is, you can write it as Fasciola and the species is Hepatica. Okay, it is very famous also. Hepatica. Now, this Hepatica is a liver fluke. Now, see, everybody here is a parasite only. So, you will find examples like this only. Okay, so liver fluke is an example. Fasciola hepatica, it is a member of Platyhelminthes and it affects the liver. It resides in the liver. It infects that. Then there is planaria. Now this is not parasitic. It is a nice person. I was going to say it is a nice Platyhelminthes, and it has a, it possesses a high regeneration capacity. Okay, now planaria are excellent example of regeneration. What happens is that you might have learned it in some chapter.
Intent.
If you will cut planaria in 10 different parts, those 10 different parts would grow into planaria. Okay, so they have a very high regeneration capacity. It won't die if you cut it. Understood? Do you know that if you cut the head of a cockroach, the body of the cockroach would survive for 1 week?
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Why? Is it platinum?
Is it what?
Platinum.
No. No, cockroach is not Platyhelminthes. Cockroach is Arthropoda. Mariam, where are you? See, can I explain why?
Yeah. I want to hear.
See, the cockroach, do you know the scientific name of cockroach? You have to study cockroach in structural organization of animals. You have to study cockroach also. So the name of cockroach is Periplaneta americana. Okay. So what happens is that, okay, I'll not say cockroach, I'll say Periplaneta. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So in Periplaneta, what happens is that they don't have brain like us. Okay. The brain is present in the higher organisms. What they have is they have ganglia. They have a nervous system. It is there. So if I'll draw the body of the Periplaneta, okay, it is sort of like this. So one part of the nervous system is present in the head, and then 13 part is present in the body. So this is the reason why if you cut the head, the body will survive for 1 week. Why? Because the central nervous system is there in the body only.
It can't move.
It will wiggle around. It won't, like.
So how do we kill a cockroach?
Kill the body.
The whole thing, if you
yeah, you like smack it, the whole body.
so nothing will happen, huh?
No, if you like smack the whole body, then it will die.
Okay, good.
Only like it is like if you'll cut off the head of the cockroach, it will survive for 1 week and then it will die. It will die obviously.
Who would go and cut the head of the cockroach?
Now you people would maybe. Who knows? You people like you'll try it and say, "Ma'am, we did the practice."
Ew, never.
No.
Do you know in
Cockroaches
earlier
are
times,
rare.
cockroaches are rare.
Over here in India.
Oh, in India, I killed one cockroach yesterday. It was huge.
I'm
it was
traumatized
huge.
by cockroaches.
You are
Traumatized by cockroaches. Just
I
those
am
specific
traumatized
insects.
by-
Other
Oh.
insects are fine, but just cockroaches are just.
They're just
Anyway, so now you know why we are going off topic. The thing is that planaria has a high capacity for regeneration. Fasciola hepatica is a liver fluke, and tinea, as you'll never forget, is a tapeworm. Okay, so platyhelminthes is clear to you?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's move on to the next phylum, which is the Ascomynthes. Okay. Now this phylum contains all the roundworms. So the common or the nickname for Ascomynthes is roundworms. Now why they are roundworms? So if you cut a roundworm, if you cut it and look at the body, it would appear circular in cross section. Meaning, if this is the worm, okay, and you're cutting it from here, so you will have a sort of structure like this. This circular cross section would be there, and this is the reason why they are known as roundworms, because a round cross section is found when you will cut the body of the roundworm or the Ascomynthes. Okay, now let us talk about their habitat. So they may be free living. Okay, they can live freely. They can live in water, meaning they are aquatic, or they are terrestrial, meaning they live on the land, or they are parasitic. They possess all sorts of habitats. They are present, free living also, they are aquatic also, they are terrestrial also, and they are parasitic also. Some of them may be this, any one. There are many members. Okay. Now let us talk about the level of organization. Okay. So the level of organization of platyhelminthes was organ level. What about this?
Organ system.
Okay. Now from here to the end, they are all organ system level of organization. So we'll write organ system. Okay. Now tell me about the body symmetry. What is the body symmetry? Are they radially symmetrical? Are they bilaterally symmetrical?
Bilateral.
Correct. They are bilaterally symmetrical. What about the coelom? Do not look at the book. What about the coelom?
Pouches.
Yeah, the coelom is present in pouches. And what is that?
Pseudo-coelomate.
Yes, right. They are pseudo-coelomate. They are not truly coelomate. They are pseudo-coelomate. Okay. Now, on the basis of the embryonic or the germ layers, they are triploblastic. Okay, they are triploblastic, meaning 3 germ layers are there: ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. Now, see, now here, since they are organ system level, look at this. They have a complete digestive system. Now, come on, tell me the meaning of complete digestive system. Look at the screen and tell me.
They have a mouth and an anus.
2 separate openings.
Used for
the process they are supposed to be used for, right? So the digestive system is complete, meaning they have 2 separate openings. One is for eating, one is for excreting. Then there is a well-developed muscular pharynx. Okay, a muscular pharynx is there. Okay, which is pharynx is the windpipe or the food pipe.
windpipe.
Yes. And what is larynx?
Food pipe.
Larynx is food pipe. If larynx is food pipe, then what is esophagus?
Wait. What? Esophagus is the food pipe.
Esophagus is the food pipe. Pharynx is the windpipe. Then what about larynx? What is larynx?
The other windpipe.
Other windpipe. Larynx is used for the, like, it is basically for sound production. Vocal box.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So they have a well-developed muscular pharynx, and the excretory products are removed from the body through an excretory pore. So an excretory pore is there. Okay, and that pore is connected to an excretory tube. Like the tube finally ends at the excretory pore, and the excreta is released from the body. So they have a muscular pharynx for ingestion, and then they have an excretory pore for egestion. Understood? Now here, up till now, we saw that the sexes were not separate, right? We saw all hermaphrodites. Now they are separate. The sexes are separate in them, meaning the males and the females are distinct. And this phenomena is known as dioecious. Okay? Male and female are distinct. And they have this property which is known as sexual dimorphism. Like, for example, in us human beings, can you look at a person and tell whether that person is a male or a female?
Yes.
Right? There are certain characteristics which makes a female female and makes a male male. Same way here in Ascalmentis, there is a characteristics which you can easily distinguish a male and a female, and that is the males are shorter in height. Okay, and the females are longer than males. Now look at the diagram in your book on page 52. Do you see the examples of Ascalmentis? Do you see how the female is longer than the male?
Yeah.
Right, and the male has sort of like a prehensile tail. Down there it is curved, and the female is not curved. Right?
Yes.
The end of the tail or the tip of the tail end is not curved. So that is also how you can distinguish male and female. Right? So this phenomena wherein you can see the organism and distinguish the male and the female, it is known as sexual dimorphism. Meaning the male looks different and the female looks. Understood? And the females are longer than males. Now, the fertilization in the Ascalmentis is internal, meaning internal fertilization is there. The development can be direct or indirect. Both of these things may be found in the phylum. Some species have direct development and some species have indirect development. And then there are special cells known as rennet cells, and they are used for excretion. Okay, rennet cells are used for excretion. Understood? Meaning the cells that would finally lead to the excretory pore are the rennet cells. They are helping in the process of excretion. Understood?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's talk about the members of the Ascalmentis. So there is Ascaris, which is known as the roundworm. The common roundworm is Ascaris. Then there is Wuchereria, which is the filarial worm. And then there is Ancylostoma, which is the hookworm. Okay. Now there are many gross things about these also. That the Ascaris, it causes a disease that is known as ascariasis. Okay, ascariasis.
In humans.
Yes, in humans. And then, do you know the name of a disease known as filaria? No. See, filaria is a disease which is again caused in humans by the bite of the mosquito. Okay. And the mosquito carries the larva of Wuchereria, which is a roundworm. And when that larva comes in the body of humans, it causes filaria. You will learn about filaria in class 12th. Okay, so this also causes, filariasis. You can write filariasis is the disease name. Okay, this is also the disease name and this is also the disease name. Now there is Ancylostoma, and these are known as the hookworms. Okay, I am contemplating whether or not to tell you this. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Because before telling you about this, I'd have to explain to you about the scenario. Then only you will understand. But you people might not have seen because you haven't lived in India for that long, right? So you will not know. But anyway, the common name of Ancylostoma is hookworm. Okay, so Ascaris, Wuchereria, and Ancylostoma. These are the 3 examples of Eschyl members. Understood?
And the diseases, you just wrote it to let us know, right? It's not gonna come.
No, it is not going to come, but you should know, right? The name matches the name, right? The name of the disease matches the name of the organism. So you will know that Ascariasis is caused by Ascaris, and filariasis is caused by Wuchereria, which is also known as the filarial worm. Clear? Any doubts in any of the phylums? No doubts. Okay. Now see, in the next class, please try to revise all the basis of classification, because that is all you need. Okay, for like how for the floral formulas you'll have to know the terminologies, here also you'll have to know the basis so as to complete the things about the phylum. Now only few phylums are left, and then soon we'll be done with the chapter. In the next class I will tell you